Hey, this is Scott. Michael Osterholm, an infectious disease specialist at the University of Minnesota, early on cautioned the public about the blizzard view of this pandemic. A blizzard view is that this storm will roll in and roll out. And your job in a blizzard is to hunker on down and the next day go out and see how deep the snow is. This is how I first responded to our unwelcomed guest, COVID-19. And it was the way the vast majority of us responded. It will be over soon. We will all emerge from our shelter and resume life roughly the way it was before. When the schools were closed, however, for the remainder of the school year, that's when something pivoted in me. What we know now is it's less like a single storm and more like winter. The mayor of LA is predicting that it will be 2021 before large gatherings of people will be allowed to assemble again in his city. Whether that's accurate or not, just as large gatherings were the first to be suspended, large gatherings will be the last to be reinstated. I'll leave the effects on the global and local economy, as well as the long-term effects on our communities, to those more qualified to comment. But the professionals that study these phenomena say that some of the effects will be less like a blizzard and a winter and more like a little ice age. The whole world is different. From today onward, we must recognize that the way we did church no longer exists. God remains the same, His promises are true, His Spirit is with us, and Jesus remains Lord. Our mission also remains unchanged. We are compelled by Jesus to make Him known to everyone, everywhere. And that's the purpose that guides us, not business as usual or the way we've always done it. I'd like to let you know about two ways we are pivoting as a church. Firstly, we are pivoting from showing up physically to showing up virtually. This one is obvious. We don't have a choice. Digital is our new normal, but it's here to stay. And we are pivoting to make digital permanent, not just temporary. And not just for the broadcast of our Sunday services, we are rethinking everything through the lens of much of this new normal is permanent normal. Digital is not going away after the virus is wiped out. We will return to gather in person. But even if we wanted, we can't go back to normal. She's gone. But if the COVID quarantine has settled anything, it has settled the digital debate. COVID may be the instigator, but digital is the disruption. It was for Blockbuster. Now it is for the church. From gatherings to teachings to equipping to mobilization to kids and students, the churches that thrive post-corona will be those that think digital first, in-person second. If we get that out of order and think in-person first, then we will creep back to old habits. Not because we want to, but because we won't be able to help ourselves. We all do what feels comfortable unless we discipline ourselves to do hard things. Don't misunderstand me. Humans are created to connect, be together, and we will return to gathering for worship and community and serving. We will once again be high-fiving and fist-bumping and side-hugging, but we will also prioritize our digital platforms to reach those who will never step foot on our campus or in our homes without first establishing a base level of trust virtually. Secondly, we are pivoting from content to equipping. You may have heard that content is king. Wrong. Jesus is king. As important as a role as spiritual content plays, the best it can do is inform. There's something infinitely more important: obedience. Content informs, obedience transforms. We are pivoting to focus on equipping people with the tools and resources they need to follow Jesus through the power of the Spirit, how to read and study the scriptures for themselves, engage in the practice of spiritual disciplines, and living out God's mission in the 253. The most important question we should ask is this: how can we equip followers of Jesus to live the way of Jesus, a life of radical generosity, selfless love, restful rhythms, joyful community, bold witness, and intimate relationship with Jesus? Watch for more exciting announcements about these focuses from myself and other members of our team in the days to come. Someone asked me the other day, how are the finances of the church? It might be a bit early to tell, but over the past 4 weeks, giving is down 20%. Now, my heart is with those who have lost their jobs, had their salaries reduced, and just scared about the possibility of job loss or salary reduction. And I'm praying for you. We are praying for you. God will take care of you. And if this isn't you, your ongoing giving is making a huge difference. If you're able and call Brooklake your church, but haven't taken the step to give, now is the time. And for those that are able to give above and beyond, please prayerfully join Michelle and I and consider giving extra in this season. As I wrap up, let me remind you that God is with you, for you, and not done writing your story. Michelle and I love you and are praying for you. Let me leave you with the promise. Forget the former things. Do not dwell on the past. See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I am making a way in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland. Isaiah 43. Thank you.